Welcome back to the Don't Frett Podcast, where I don't want you to fret about what I say, but I do want you to think about it. Now, I know when we had that episode last week with Baby Girl, you thought that I was going to be done with the guest. You thought, okay, he did his one. He probably going to go back to talking to himself like he always do. No. No. Are we in the season of guests? We in the season of welcoming new people? Y'all already know that this podcast for me is about community building. It's about not just showcasing what I think and how I feel, but showcasing the folks that I believe have something beautiful to also say, have a life to also show, and have a journey that they should also share with you. And I have a very special guest with me today. When I graduated from high school, y'all, there was something that I declared, and I declared it on the day of graduation. And I said, and I looked at everybody and I said, I will never speak to you hoes ever again. I stayed true to that. But there's one person in particular that no matter where I go, no matter what year we in, I just got to have her beside me because she's a special type of human being. I can't give her flowers right now because I think she's going to be better giving it to herself. So let me fall back and let you do your thing.
First of all, that ain't thank you.
You're welcome.
You know them friendships don't be lasting.
No.
So I appreciate this, and I feel the same exact.
We broke through.
We definitely broke through from the classroom. I already knew you was one of them ones. So to see you with this, like, y'all better not fret and listen, okay? Period. My name's Ayonna. I am a 22-year-old multi-hyphenate creator and owner of a community lifestyle brand called The Golden Ghetto, where we turn negative connotations into positive affirmations. So I am also big about building community and just having intentional conversation. My word for 2025 is intention. If it ain't intentional, let it fly. So I am so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful to be just in the presence of you because you just give the girls what is needed to be given, and I know y'all feel it.
Now y'all see why I adore her. Like, yes, we went to high school together. We had the same environmental science class.
Yes.
Like, she's one of the only reasons why I didn't skip it. Like, we always had fun. We always had a cool time. And I really believe in my soul that part of the reason why you stayed in my life as long as you've had so far is you were meant to really inspire me. When she was doing her podcasting, and at the time, my social media thing was kind of becoming something. And I was like, I want to be on your podcast. And I went on the podcast, and just to see her doing it, like, there's nothing that you say that you want to do that you just leave on the table. You do it. And you put the work behind it. And I think that is such a rare thing in our generation. Like, you 22, I'm 24. And so many of us in our age bracket, we're dreamers, but we're not doers. And, you know, we sit around manifesting, but we're not doing the work to make the dream manifested. And you've never been that girl. There has not, nowhere in this journey have you been that person. You said you were starting a brand, you started it. You said you was doing a thing, you did it. And I sit there and I watch you and I'm impressed and I'm in awe. Now, I mentioned to you that I was on her podcast. So there's some of you who, when she popped up on the screen, you said, wait, I think I know her. You do. You do, because we had a little bit of a moment last year. Now, if y'all don't remember what I'm really talking about, let me show you this clip real quick. My biggest ick is this anyway. If you don't see the value in me, I'm already turned off by you because you don't know greatness when it's in front of you. You can't even identify when you really got it good. You don't even really get it. Because I've been laying all this good down for you. I got to spell it out for you to really understand, and still you don't get it?
Yeah, something's wrong. Something, I don't like it. You don't got good taste.
No, you delayed, really. Real dim.
You
Real dim. Now, in that clip, you were asking me what my icks were.
Yeah.
And I had to let the folks know, if you don't see the value in me,
I'm turned off by you.
Completely.
Yes. You done shook the girls up. You done shook the world with that
completely. You know what's the funny thing about doing social media, though?
What?
You'll say something positive like that, and people find a way to spin it into negativity.
Come on now.
It threw me how many people got aggravated by that. And all I'm saying is date somebody who knows your worth.
That's insane.
That's all I really said. My biggest ick is you not seeing the value in me. I'm saying date somebody who knows your worth. And y'all got aggravated. So it calls to question, do you feel worthless? We don't have to go there, though.
Or maybe we do.
I'm going there.
Maybe.
I don't even want to do it. I don't feel like fighting. I'm not even 10 minutes in yet.
That's right. No, that's right.
But give me 15. I'll start to swing.
Come on now. We in the kumbaya state. The plants is here. It's meditation,
but it won't last long for me. You know I'm ready.
It won't. It really won't. Well, I want to even touch on. I want to touch on that, but I want to touch on the first thing you said about manifesting.
Yes.
Because I feel like we are manifesting, and we're not taking the time out to be in gratitude.
Yes.
Because yes, I am that girl that like does it all, and I'm on to the next. But I think that I had to really sit back and be like, when am I going to give thanks for the answer prayers that I'm already living in? So instead of making like a manifestation board this year, I did a gratitude board, and I printed out all the things that I've accomplished, and I can say that it really kind of lifted my anxiety, because I was like, we are in a time period where we're focused for what's next. Everybody's asking me or when you graduated, where you going? It's like, whoa, nigga, I just graduated. Like, I just graduated, call me Big Fish.
She's a jukebox.
I am a jukebox.
She'll be doing that all day. Get ready.
Oh, God.
That's why I roll my eyes. She gonna do it all day. All day she gonna have a song she gonna come up with.
I swear, no, that's very real. I am a jukebox. It's literally programmed into me. I don't know, like, it's God. I don't know, God made me this way. But no, real. Like, yes. I think it's like we are so, what's next? But it's like, yo, what's now? Like, you're doing it. And you literally, like, let's talk about that journey of you, like, having the anxious of starting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Justin, where that?
Yeah.
And you like, it's gonna come. Like, God's timing over mine. And I think that's so real. We have to, as creators, as artists, it's like, we can't put our ego on what is gonna happen. Like, no, this is God. This is God's dream.
Divine timing.
This is divine. You are divinely protected. And when we rush what is meant for us to happen in a certain time period, we start it and we don't finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think the thing about gratitude is you got to be grateful for where you are, but also where you're getting ready to go. And y'all try to rush the race, and you have to understand that it's a step-by-step process. Us getting to this moment, I just told you, I was on her podcast a year ago.
Yes.
This is where we've landed to today. We couldn't stress out about the journey. We couldn't think it was not going to happen. We couldn't think it was impossible. We kept laying down the groundwork. And it happened in divine timing. And you said, thinking you like did your gratitude thing, and that is so important to the self-work and to preserving yourself and to stay motivated is to remind yourself, like, I might not be exactly where I want to be right now, but damn, I made some strides.
And what is, like, the whole thought, like, I'm not exactly where I want to be. I feel like that is, I don't know. Like, I think that's like a rabbit hole.
It can be.
Us thinking that we're not where we're supposed to be. Like, we are exactly where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
All the places that I've been in my past, like things that I used to be ashamed of, now I honor them, because without that version of myself, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, everything makes you who you are. Every moment, every mistake, every flaw, everything.
Come on now. And to go even into the knowing your worth, like, the way you speak in so much confidence, so you're anointed, your voice is anointed. So when it says, I know my worth, it triggers people that don't. It triggers them badly. And when you're not triggered by it, it's because you reached a level of self-healing.
Well, you know it don't apply to you.
Come on now. It's a reflection of you, but you're a mirror, baby.
Come on. That's why they say a hit dog gonna holla. And that's why every time I post something, y'all be barking. Wait, you could have had a song there.
I know.
Who let the dogs out?
No, real though. That is so real. And I think what we also too, we need time to really, like, cancel. I know this has been said a lot, but I was, what, I was afraid to start my podcast though.
Why?
To be real. Because I was afraid of cancel culture.
I don't know why I remember when I went on your podcast, you asked me about that.
It was like, baby, I don't even know what that is.
Their names are not even on the check.
Yo, come on now. And I think that's what I really had to sit with because but I think like your voice, when you have an opinion and when you're able to share your opinion, you have to have a level of confidence that I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is intentional. So it's not, like you said, it's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of love. So I'm not even worried about what comes. Like if I need to take accountability somewhere, I will. But if I know that what I'm saying is triggering people because it's meant to help them or heal them in the future, or they don't get it now, but maybe they gonna get it later.
They will.
You know? So some people not on the same train. You gotta wait a couple of minutes. You missed this one.
That's also why that's why I'm not concerned about it. Because I don't move with nasty intention. I'm not a mean person. I'm not an evil person. I'm not saying things for attention. I told y'all this already. I get attention in real life. I don't need to say things to get attention. I don't need to be a star to you. I'm a star in many other people's world. I don't need to do it for that. I don't need to do it for money. She's known me since high school. I never gave broke.
Ever. Ever. Literally.
So I don't move with nasty intentions. So I don't worry about cancel culture, because if you're ever canceling me, you're canceling the fact that I'm empowering. And that 1 + 1 = 2, that don't add up for me. You ever doing that?
I don't know enough about algebra, but I know 1 + Come on, now you know that one.
Finish it.
Okay. = 2.
Okay, that's enough. Wait, hold on, because Beyonce's that type that gets her money.
She does.
She's that type to get. Yeah, you're not gonna have Park coming over here trying to get any of this video. Hold on, that's enough.
But no, we do need you in a hair care. Her new.
I need some Sacred.
Because she's getting the influence.
Have you used it?
No, I haven't.
You haven't used it?
But
what? Wait, what's stopping you?
Nothing actually. Like nothing's.
Is it expensive?
No, I don't know. I haven't even looked at it. Honestly, I feel like I'm not in my consumerism era anymore. Like, I'm just like, if it comes to me, it comes to me. But I'm not like, if it's hype, like, I'm not just, everybody's an influencer now. I don't know what's real. No shade.
Truly.
I need the influencers with integrity.
Truly.
Because once I see that ad sponsor swipe, I don't know if you getting the money. You getting the money, so I don't know if the money is funny. I don't know if the advice is funny, okay?
Can I say something shady?
Shade me down.
I would be 10 times further in this content thing if I lacked integrity. If I was willing to say anything and do anything and be ignorant and do silly shit. If I wanted to submit to that baddie culture, I would be 100 times further. But because I care about what I put into the world and my mission here is to pour into folks and build community, it's going to take me a lot longer. And that's also the thing that keeps me motivated and doesn't stress me out about the future. I'm putting good into the world, it's going to come back to me. And if I'm going to sit around and try to build this village and try to really make sure that it grows, it's going to take time for me to get some residents in here. And I gotta be okay with that. Because if I wanted to swing on one of y'all on camera, I would be at 1 million followers now.
But it's the wrong 1 million followers, though.
It is, because they don't have any money.
They don't have any money,
no.
But they also don't have any, like, soul. Like it's a lack of I just think you're doing it the right way. The steps, you actually build the ass.
Slow and steady.
When you on the Stairmaster, you actually, you feel me?
You do the Stairmasters and stuff?
Okay, I'm getting there. It's a process. It's a process. I know what works, okay? I see the TikTok videos. Y'all girls, y'all taking it. And I'm giving y'all flowers. I try. I've been in there 3 days out of 5. But it's a work, I'm a work in progress and I'm getting there. I think I'm more of a treadmill girl. With the hill, you make it a hill. So like the incline 6 and 3. I'm a 3 and 6 girl.
Okay. Oh, the 12 through 30 type of thing.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
We'll talk after. Yeah, we'll talk. We could go one day. But I think also to give you a point that like you are building. You're doing brick by brick. And that's what creates longevity in this thing. A lot of times people come and they go. Or like they'll lack it. They'll do things out of integrity to gain the followers, but it's not actually people you want. Like you're creating soul community.
Yeah.
And I think the currency is really in community.
Yes. I said it in one of our episodes previously about doing social media. And I said, this is community work.
It's energy
It's
work.
community work. And if you don't realize that, then this is not for you. Them followers are community. That engagement is community. That viewership is community. And if that is not something that is important to you, then doing this to me, in my opinion, is illogical. And that's why I fool with you, because you have so much that you want to do. And at the core of the thing, it is community. I'm going to keep repeating myself 150,000 times. When a thing loses its intention, it loses its purpose. Everything that you do will always have purpose because you stay true to that intention. It didn't matter what it was community work. And so a community is getting ready to be built.
I love you. I love you because you really say the things that need to be said. No shade. And sometimes real community speaks life into you.
Yes.
Come on now. Life. And it ain't nothing. Nothing gets taken away when you speak life into your peoples.
No.
I wanted to ask you a question, though, because I think community work is as beautiful as it is, it's a lot of work.
Yes.
You know? And how do you bridge the gap between community work? Because I feel like, I seen this meme. It was like, I replied back to 2 people, and they were like, oh, I need a break.
Like exhausted from it?
Yeah. So, like, especially with all the attention, like, what's that process like for you? Like,
of like continuing to do it kind of thing?
Yeah, or like, how do you manage the energy it takes to build community and also to pour into yourself at the same time? And I can also speak on that too.
One of the toughest parts I think about doing this is people have given me so much of their trust without knowing me. And they love me enough, and they trust what I have to say enough, and they believe in me enough that sometimes they've handed me their burdens that's not mine to bear.
Ooh.
So you're messaging me and you're asking me how to raise your children. You're messaging me and you're asking me how to navigate through, your experience as somebody who may be LGBTQIA+. You're coming to me and you're asking me how to navigate through your desires, I don't know, of trigger warning, suicide, and things like that. And you're putting the burden on me because you trust me enough to think that I can carry the weight. And to answer that question, I've come to realize that I had to understand, though I love you, it's not my problem.
Oh my gosh.
No, for real. No. I was genuine. It's not my problem. And I have to be selective. For real.
I know, that's fine.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
You have to pick and choose what you respond to.
Yes.
You have to pick and choose what you engage with.
Yes.
And you have to understand also, will my response to you really be beneficial for you? Because if you need me to say something that could save your life, I might not even have the vocabulary to say it to you.
It's too much pressure.
It's too much, and it's not my problem.
Not your problem.
Yeah, and the most that I can give you is that video. And some people, I respond and I engage if I feel like I have a word to share.
Yeah, that's real.
It's not my problem.
I think, so I want to there's a community leader that I follow, and I really like the Hood Healer. And I think that she deals with that too, because also she definitely, like, she's one of the people that, like, if you follow her, you're consciously, like, you're just there. So, like, she deals with that too. Like, a lot of people will put her burdens on her or, like, expect her to do the work. And I think that's with a lot of people. Like, people don't want to do the work. And not gonna lie, at one point, I didn't want to do the work. But then when I realized that I didn't want to do the work, and I realized I wasn't getting anywhere not doing the work, I took that self-accountability and I say,
you gotta.
Let me get the fuck out.
You gotta.
Seriously.
You gotta.
Because if you're not allowing yourself to do the work, you're going to stay in the same place. And you're not going to prosper, and you're not going to get anywhere. It's just going to be constant, like, rabbit hole, guinea pig.
What I've realized too, though, it is that parasocial relationship thing where people just feel like they know you. And so they feel like they have the right to say certain things, ask you certain things, and request certain things of you because you have become so immersed in their life. There's some people who, depending on how consistently I post, they see me every day. There's some people who, they were so mad at me when I missed a week on this episode, and it was like, I rewatched everything. I'm a part of their daily in some way.
routine.
Yes. So you feel like you know me. And I love you for that, but you also have to remember you don't.
You're human though. You have to,
Yes.
like, I think people forget social media glamorizes people
It
so much.
dehumanizes a lot. Yeah.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
It's like, I think we forget that, like, you can become an entity in somebody's life, but it's like you're a human and yours. And it's the entitlement, I think, that kind of gets into it. It's like we feel entitled to, you know, ask you the question or get the advice or, you know, but it's like, baby, like, I got the same 24 hours that you have.
Yeah.
You know, God, I know you tapped into spirit. Like, you have a relationship with God, but you're also able to, like, the Watcher is also able to create that.
Build that relationship. Yeah. It's tough though, because like people need help.
I know.
You know what I mean? And a lot of what I do is encouraging and inspiring people. And so they lean on me because I've been their help in some way. And so it's so tough to be like, that's not my problem, or, you know, trying to remove myself from it. Because for you to turn to a stranger to ask for advice, you need help. And so many, and what breaks my heart about today's world is we do try to act so strong. And so many of us are alone. We don't have a village. We don't have a community. We don't have someone to turn to. And we have found self through watching someone be themselves.
It's real.
I think I heard a mic drop.
Yes.
I think I heard a mic drop in here, baby.
Done drop the mic.
Oh my God, but yes. And it's difficult. You are still in the building stages of your community.
Yes.
And of getting your followers and getting your brand off the ground and getting your podcast off the ground.
Yes.
And so and you're also friends with a lot of people who are in this space and are doing well.
Yes.
So I do wonder, as someone who observes a little bit of it and who's in the mix of it a little bit, what about it has made you hesitant to be like, do I really want this? And then what aspects of it has motivated you to be like, no, I'm gonna keep going because that is my life?
That's a really good question. Okay, so like, it's very true. I feel like I was a watcher before I even put myself out there. And I realized that as a star, you can only watch for so long. You literally have to because like the thing is with Instagram or like all these social media, you scroll, but then it's like, if you are a person that you're supposed to be creating content and you're not creating anything, you become a consumer and you're just like on the other side of the platform. Like, you know, people say like, you're on the wrong side of Uber. Like, you're buying Ubers every day, but you don't have no stocks in it. It's like that. So, but I do, for a period of time, I did watch it. And then I realized, okay, like, I can't watch for any long. Like, I knew what the vision was and I was okay, I'm going to go in. And as I've been in the rooms with the people, which the favorites, which your favorites and which are not so favorites, you do see the nitty gritty. You do the industry is the industry. You know, it could be a weird place a lot of times. It could be a snobby place. It could be all of the things.
Oh yes, I haven't even gotten into that yet.
You come on now.
Oh yes.
But I think on the come up, something that I keep close to me is the preservation of my energy. So I worked really hard to be the girl that I am today. Like, I don't take anything on the chin. I do take things personally sometimes, but I'm learning. Yeah, I'm human. I'm not an entity. So
yes.
I do. I'm trying to like work on that. But I do think that the preservation of your energy and like really protecting that, you have to have a good type of like routine with getting you right. Because if you right, then other people's things just kind of bounce off of you. Yeah. It's like, oh, you doing something, or you having a bad day. Or like, oh, she don't like me. Okay, she's not meant to like me. Or like, oh, I didn't get into this. It's not my time. Like, in a lot of the places that I tried to apply to as high school, they're calling me back to like speak to the kids now. Feel me? So it's like
divine timing.
Exactly. And working on yourself. Take the time out to really work on yourself. I don't even really care to be in the fashion the New York Fashion Week scene right now because I know that when my time comes, I'm going to go there and I'm going to be treated rightly.
Yes.
Like I've been in the rooms. I've even snuck into the rooms because at one time we had to see what the fuck was going on.
It was such a closed curtain. Yeah.
It was such a cool, and it's such a preserved space. But I think when you do that for so long, it becomes anxiety filled. Like, because you're like, you get the imposter syndrome because you're sneaking in. You're not invited in. And there's a different type of energy that comes with you being invited or you creating your platform. So I was like, okay, like, I know who I am. I know where I'm going. And I know that divine timing is the only thing leading me, is like the only thing that's going to separate me from getting treated how I deserve and then accepting the bare minimum.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's about being faithful. I tell y'all all the time, I believe in my heart, we're going to live out the days we've been praying for.
Come on now.
And it's about being faithful. And it's about believing that it's going to happen for you, even when people don't think it's likely.
Literally. And I think that if I would have told people my vision right now, like, oh, I'm going to start a brand, or I'm going to start a podcast.
I think you're crazy.
They literally did think Ayonna, you need to go to school. Like my step family, like she wants me to be a nurse. And even with everything I'm doing now, she still wants me to be a nurse. And I'm like, girl, I'll be a nurse for Halloween.
And also, you have so much time in life left. If you decide you want to do that 10 years from now, you can. But what I've really come to realize the older that I get, especially as if you are identified, you Black and brown, is, with the way that we've grown up and the lack of resources and access we have had as people, we are raised into families that think so small because they don't realize how big the world is. They ain't gone nowhere. They ain't visit no places. They ain't been nowhere different. They ain't have no different friends. All the friends and family was someone they went to school with. They don't realize how big, gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, remarkable, and full of opportunity the world is. So you want my life to be small because you don't have a real understanding of how much room I can take up.
Seriously, I think the vision is narrow. That's what it is.
And you said it was your stepmom who says this?
Yes.
Yeah. Has she seen you like at your events and stuff?
No, but
you need to bring her to something.
I know, I do.
No, you have to because I think it's going to shift her energy on it. I had dropped in on her because she was having an event recently, and I dropped in on her. And I'm not just saying this because I know you, but you take up space.
Thank you.
I walked in the room. You was the first person I spotted. You have a light about you.
I appreciate
You have an energy about you. That is a reason why when people have an event and it's something about community, they call you and they say, will you show up? That's a testament to who you are and the way you shift space. And she might say, keep being a nurse. You need to be a nurse because she just don't understand what you do when you walk into a room. And she might need to see you at work.
Now that... I definitely gotta invite her. I think I give, and I appreciate you for that because
it's genuine.
It is. It's very. That's why I really appreciate it. But two things. Taking up space has been it's been my testimony, but I feel like I struggled with it a lot. Not gonna lie, because growing up, so I went to like a predominantly like white school when I was in middle school, and it kind of altered my vision of like who I was or like who I could be because I didn't really have knowledge on who we are outside of what America teaches us who we are.
Yeah.
So it was a narrow road for me. And I think when you are the only Black person in certain spaces, you allow yourself to shrink. And I shrunk so much that like you can't be a side character in somebody like forever in your life when you're built to be the main one.
Yeah.
Like you can't play that role, and especially when you listen to God. Like, so it got to a point where I just kind of like I had to get out, literally, like the movie. And I think that was the best thing that had happened to me. Like I started reading Malcolm X autobiography, and I was like, okay, it's not just me. When you feel like it's not just you and you find your story in other people, you kind of just like, you feel you feel better about your journey because you feel like you're not alone. So as I realized that, like, learning about who I was through my culture, it kind of just inspired me to take up space, because I was like, I done been in the shell for so long that I'm not Patrick.
Oh my God.
I'm not Patrick.
Another reference.
Yeah, I'm not Patrick. I'm SpongeBob. So it's like I had to, you literally have to, whatever you're anointed to do, no matter how much you stay away from it, it's always going to come full circle. And I think that was one of the affirmations that I actually had to tell I wanted everybody to say, like, in 2025, I allow ourselves to take up space unapologetically. Yes. And I think in certain spaces that, when I first started poetry, I didn't allow myself to take up space because it was a new space for me. And when it's a new space, you start to feel like you're not worthy of the space. But it's like, as you continue to go, you're going to become more comfortable. You're going to become more eligible for the title. So yeah, as you keep going, you're going to take up space.
Can I tell you a moment I'm having listening to you?
Talk to me.
I really believe that Black women specifically struggle very heavily with just feeling small in a space, this experience of imposter syndrome, because we don't have enough moments in our society where we center Black women. And when we center them in pity or in critique. When we decide to put the light on you, it is not to rejoice in all the great things you've accomplished. It's not to rejoice in all the great things that other Black women have done. It is not to talk about the way in which a Black woman has opened the door. It's not to pour into that sister. It is either out of pity or out of critique. And so how could you not enter a room and feel small when either people in there feel bad for you or don't want you there? That's to me the whole journey of a Black woman a lot of the time. And that's why I hate to take it this way, but I got to, because on my heart. That's why that thing with Kamala Harris was so sensitive for me when people were criticizing her, because it took a level of self-awareness and determination for her as a Black woman to understand that what she wanted in this life was possible. There was no example of a vice president who was a Black woman. She became the first. She understood it was possible. There was no conversations ad nauseum about a Black woman going to law school and be a prosecutor and then overseeing the whole law enforcement. What was her role in LA? Whatever.
Yeah.
But there was no example of that.
Yeah.
And you had to have a certain self-awareness to believe that it was possible. And we don't pour that into Black women the way that we are supposed to. And then we wonder why they do feel small in spaces, why they don't feel welcome there, why they deal with imposter syndrome, why they get in relationships with people who make them feel small too. They think that's their place. Leave me alone. Go. Just talk. Leave me alone. I gotta breathe for a second. Leave me alone. Just talk.
Big sister general.
Just do what you gotta do.
I think that's so real. I think we don't get examples of what or everything that a Black woman could be growing up. It's very limited. It's very...
And has been.
You feel me?
I want us to stop that too. What that can be. No, it's been done. Show that. It's been done.
Yes, exactly.
It's been done. It's just, I was talking to somebody the other day and they was talking about, we as Black people don't have a lot of examples of like 2-family households. I don't know what you're talking about. It's been done. It's been done many, many times before. It's those little things too. We got to stop that, because it gives that underlying thing that they have a superiority that we don't have. And it's like, no, we've been homeowners. We've been 2-family households. We've been 6-figure workers.
Yeah. I think growing up, there was less examples.
Sure.
But now, we in big business. We in big business. And I think that's why they're trying to censor us on social media, because I think even TikTok, I see different families. Like, I get my For You page is very Black wealthy.
Black like that.
Yeah, black like that.
Yes.
Like it's
dark brown, dark skin, beige,
God.
fluorescent beige. Bitch, I'm black.
It's giving everything that we are,
Yes.
and everything that people don't want us to be, and everything that they try to make us believe we weren't.
Mhm.
You know, there's so much. We're so targeted because we them ones.
We really impact culture. We really do. We really shape shift the world. And they don't want us to have that type of power, that type of visibility, and that type of impact.
Come on.
And they're doing everything possible to make sure that they strip it away from us.
But you can't strip away the blueprint.
No.
Ever.
We are the foundation.
Come on now. Founding fathers.
Yes.
Okay? I pledge allegiance to this motherfucking flag. Real talk. I just feel like once you realize that, because I've been on the other side of that. Like, I've been on that, like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, Habini Chakahana, all that. Like, I've been on that side.
Yeah.
And now that I'm on the other side of seeing the world with spiritual eyes.
Yes.
Of looking at us and being like, we are literally like genetically advanced. It shows in the Olympics.
Yes.
It shows when we're gone from TikTok for 4 hours. You don't need too much. Like, we know. Yeah. So it's like, okay, now what are you doing to put in the work? You know that they're trying to get us with like the foods. Like, what is your diet looking like? What are you doing to really like make sure that you are winning? Because I think that it's really like you said, like, there's examples.
There is.
So now we have no excuse.
There is.
There's no excuse. Like, I want to, there is going to be, or there probably already is, like another Black Wall Street. There is going to be the other side of what they are history books. You feel me?
Can I say something else?
Talk to me.
If we don't remove that competition spirit off us, though, we won't have it. There's too many of you who think you can be the only one invited. You could be the only one at the office. You could be the only one with that opportunity. You could be the only, you got that only one on you. They did that to you, though. And if you don't get that competition spirit off of you and fall back into community, we'll never have another Black Wall Street. Because y'all don't really want to support Black shit. And then the second that you decide to do it when there's hysteria. I wanted you to have a conversation about supporting Black businesses in Target before they even canceled DEI. I wanted that to be a priority for you for the get-go. That'd be the problem. And that's why it gets hard. And you can talk more about this because I feel like you're more in the field of the community work than I am. It gets hard to advocate because there's not enough of us who really stands in that community mindset. There's a lot of selfishness. There's a lot of personal interest. There's not consideration about what other people need, what the type of support other people require. There's no everything is about me. And if we continue that narrative, no, we won't rise as a community. And you can see that in the state of the world today.
You definitely can. And how do you think we fix that? Like, what are the steps to becoming out of the competition spirit into the communion spirit?
We need to start to tell the truth.
Okay.
We walking on eggshells too much. Okay. I went on a rant earlier. I'll repeat what I said.
Okay, period. Bring it home.
I went on a rant earlier and I said, it goes back to my thing with, I have to talk about this stuff. I'm sorry. I just got to.
Don't apologize. We listening, baby.
It goes back to my thing when speaking about Kamala Harris and how many Black men.
Oh my God.
How many Black men spoke about Kamala Harris and said, I don't trust her. What is she going to do for Black people? What, if I'm going to vote, I'd rather just vote for him because I already know what it's going to be. That trusting was the thing that triggered me real bad. Because there was a lot of you who women shouldn't have trusted to have children with you. There's a lot of you who women shouldn't have trusted to be in relationship with you.
Yeah.
No one should have trusted to hire you for that job. No one should have trusted you enough to give you a second chance. But we advocate for you so much. We give Black men grace so much because we understand how hard the world is on us. That we love you and we love each other enough that we do that. And we trust that, you know what, you might get it right this time. And when the moment came that you were not centered in the conversation, but she was, all of a sudden, I don't trust her because it's not about me. It needed to be about you, though. And in this moment, it wasn't about you. It was about her. It was about the children who's coming up. It was about the other Black women who need to see that it's possible. It's about the other people who are trying to build businesses, try to build families. It's about the other people who want to stay in this country. It's about the other trans women and gay men and gay girls sitting around who want to feel safe when they navigate down the road. It wasn't about you. So now I don't trust her. So to the question that you just asked me, the only way we're going to really get to some resolve is we got to call a spade a spade. We not real. There's too much walking on eggshell going on. And it's out of fear of like, oh, I don't want people to get offended. I don't want people not to like me. You don't have to like me. Just step aside. I'm okay with that.
There's a lack of authenticity and integrity in the spaces. Yes. And that's like, oh my God, you touched on so many points. And I think that the Black men not trusting Kamala, like that was like at all-time heights.
But you trust that white man?
Like,
you gotta wake up.
You know, I don't, you know what it is? I think niggas was DTN and bitches was DTB way before this whole thing. And I think it's because we really don't trust ourselves at the end of the day.
And what is that about? That you can trust a community of people that put your generation in fields for centuries ad nauseum. You can trust a community of people that still to this day feel like you shouldn't be hired because you're Black. You can trust a community of people that think it's okay for you to live in a food desert, who's taken the opportunity away from you to have higher education. You can trust that, but you can't trust your neighbor. It's something about that for me. It just...
It's a people are brainwashed. That's what it is.
I'm going to sleep.
Please, no, we need you awake. Stay awake.
I'm tired.
No.
It weighs on my heart. You don't understand.
I know. And I don't think people are doing the actual work that they
don't know what the work is.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's no healing work. There's no actual, I don't know if that stems from like childhood of like hatred, the hatred for Black women coming from the Black man in like certain way, or like the non-trust, like, but you trust your mother. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I think it's jealousy.
I know. Because I know that there's like, you were talking about like competition. Like, it's like there's a competitiveness with the gender wars and everything. And honestly, I just think that it's a lot of rah-rah and it's just no alignment. Like, there's nobody's actually aligning with who they're supposed to align with. Like, there are people that are supposed to be over here that are going to match with people that are supposed to be here. And then if you're a high value man and you're a high value, you're going to match. But the whole competing thing, it stems from insecurity. And I just don't know how I don't know how that gets fixed.
They're not going to like what I'm fitting to say.
Talk.
But I'm on fire now.
Oh.
I think a lot of, and let me preface by saying this first. I'm a Black man. I'm the exception to the rule.
Okay, period.
I respect Black women. I respect women, period. When I went to the polls, I thought about all of you. All of you.
Because you know what it is? I don't think people realize that it's bigger than us.
Yes.
It's so much bigger than us. And it's like, you even talked about, you was like, oh, why do you stop? And I want you to hold that. I want you to get that thought because I'm ready to hear it. But the reason why I continue doing the community work that I do on those days when I feel like I'm going to quit, it's bigger than me.
Yes.
Like, my testimony is going to inspire another one. Like, you know, the reason, like, Tupac writing his poetry book is the reason I started to write poetry. Me seeing Kanye being so confident and multi-hyphenate and what he's doing, it inspired me. It gave me a reason to, it's like, oh, okay, I could do it. I could do it too. You know, it's bigger than you. Like, it's so many people, it's bigger than you. You see what you've grown. And I think that people don't realize that, like, your choices right now is going to affect everybody later.
But that you have arrived there because you understand your purpose. And when we had that moment last year about the icks and stuff, the older that I get and the more that I just grow in my life, like, I've realized, like, a major ick for me is just somebody who doesn't live in purpose. And that's where that jealousy thing, I think, from a lot of Black men comes towards with Black women. It's that thing of, I was told that my purpose here was to be a provider. I can't be that, but you can. I think a lot of jealousy in relationships, and it comes from the fact that I'm in relationship with somebody who's living their dream, and I don't have the capacity to do that for myself. I got to clock into the job I don't want to clock into. I got to live the life I'm not happy with, but you're fulfilling your mission here. And I don't even know what mine is. I can't deal with somebody who's not living in purpose, because they're going to find every way possible to take it out on you. But more importantly, I got to say my shady thing. I just have to say my shady thing.
I do.
Oh, God.
He's finding it. He's finding it.
I'm trying to choose my words carefully. I'm just trying to choose my
intentional.
Words. I'm trying to
intentional break.
I'm trying to be intentional with it.
And is.
Tell me if you disagree with this or not. Let's do that there. When we talked about the competition thing, and I said what I think it is that a lot of Black men are jealous of Black women. You knew that, for me at least, I knew that shit was getting scary when I started to watch Black men comparing themselves to women. And I don't want to jump on the bandwagon of this sassy and zesty conversation, because there's a lot of zest sitting over here. So I ain't got call it for what it is. A lot of zest and sass over here. Period. But I would never try to put me in the same sentence as a woman. And I was scrolling through my phone the other day, and I saw a man talking to a woman. He said, "Look at you and look at me. Do you think that you're worth me?" Is what he said to her.
Whoa.
And I said, oh, gosh, shit is getting scary. Where you think that you should be in competition with a woman. And I think what a lot of that has to do with, and why I bring up that jealousy part, is because women have made strides when technically they were supposed to be behind. We lived in a day in society where that woman wouldn't have been allowed to vote, but you would have been. Still, you sit your ass at home when it came time. We live in a society where we all could not get an education. Now we do. A Black woman is highly more educated than a Black man can ever be. We live in a society where men statistically are supposed to be making more money, including that Black man. But she makes 10 times more than you. So I think the dichotomy is, you showed up not being man enough, and she's being every bit of the man that you were supposed to be. And now you can sit in front of baby girl face to face and say, what are you bringing to the table? When I thought the niggas were supposed to build it.
Damn.
But then you motherfuckers, now I'm really aggravated. You come in the comments and y'all try to be shady and talk about me and how I sit, how I act, how I talk, my mannerisms. And I want people to really realize something, and it's going to push a few buttons too, is, baby girl, because I'm talking to you, I'm circling to that zesty conversation real quick just to say this, is sometimes when y'all do that with a homophobic spirit. And what I want y'all to understand, I don't want you to equate those things, because there's not a gay man, there's not a trans person that I know who doesn't respect, love, and cherish women and look up to them, who are inspired by them, versus the men you lay with are in envy of you.
You done laid up with the devil.
In true envy. And that's not all men. And what I love about this is the people that will comment on this, the people who are going to get angry are the ones in which it applies. A real nigga going to sit back and say, word.
Exactly.
Word.
Exactly.
Word. Word.
Preach, my brother. Preach, my brother. Preach.
You ain't saying shit but the truth, nigga. Preach.
Repost.
But the people I'm talking about, they gonna get real mad.
Black.
They gonna get real feisty down there.
They are. But we're not worried about them.
We not let them.
It's
I love engagement.
You feel me? And come on. But I'm like, so many. I don't even know what to even say, because I don't think you fucking said it all. And it's even coming better. It's better coming from you, because you've experienced.
Okay, let me angle it this way so I can pose it into a question. For you as a woman, which you identify as a woman, we woke.
Yes.
Do you identify as a straight woman?
Yes.
Okay. See how I did that, y'all? I'm growing. And you're not really actively dating right now.
No, I'm not actively dating. And okay, The reason why I'm not actively dating is because I really feel like my career requires my full attention. And I think relationships are also to another, like, you have to be ready to give that type of energy to, you feel me? Like, you have to be ready for that. And I'm just honestly, as much as it's great, like at night, I'm like, oh my God, you know, a nigga would be nice.
Yeah.
You know, a nigga would be nice. You know, you see the vacations, you see that? Like, a nigga would be nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And then a nigga's not nice right now, if I'm really trying to be honest. Like, a nigga's mean, if I'm being real. Like, I have to be so dedicated in this season of my life. Like, it requires my full attention.
It feels like a distraction. To date right now, it feels like a distraction.
I literally was, Okay. And I think that I can be honest now. And also, too, I am still in my, like, I want to come to a relationship whole. I don't want to come to it in survival mode.
Hold on, can you say that again?
I want to come to a relationship whole.
And I want to know why y'all keep trying to get in relationships with people. You trying to build with people. You trying to act like you really want to be with them, and you showing up broken. I want to know why. You got shit to fix in your own attic. Why are you here?
Because people don't want to do the work alone. I think they find discomfort in being alone, but I've like we said, like, alone isn't no loneliness. I have a new profound vision of being single. Like, I didn't even travel to London. My nigga in London. I don't know. You feel me? Like, that's a whole nother thing. Like, I gotta go to Brazil. I gotta go to Colombia. It's not just it's. You know, even though American niggas, I got the aura. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the Harlem, I do love y'all down, but it's like, I didn't even travel the world. I can't get tied down.
You got your own personal work and journey to do first before you welcome somebody else into your orbit. And
I think welcoming somebody else into my orbit, not fully cooked, it's like, I'm cooking, but I'm still on a pot.
You're not there yet. Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. And that goes back to what I said that I appreciate about you. You understand that your purpose and mission here is much bigger than you.
Yeah.
And you can't have somebody on the track taking you off course because you got some big things to do.
You feel me?
You got some big fish to fry.
Exactly. And also, too, I don't, like you said, a lot of guys, especially, like, knowing my ambition, I could definitely come off, like, as, like, a masculine girl. Like, I'm very...
Girl, let me pause you.
Oh.
I'm not even going to let... This is my final note, and I'm not going to say nothing else. See, now I got to come at you. I've been coming at them the whole time. Now I got to come at you. Yeah, stop getting around beta men.
Yeah, no.
No beta man is going to sit around you. You being a boss, you making your own moves, you doing your thing, you making your dreams come true. Ain't shit masculine about that. That's being an adult.
Like it.
I'm done. On that note, speaking of being a boss, speaking of being an adult, speaking of making moves, baby girl's making moves 365 days of the year, and it really be 366 when I gotta leave. Let them know about your business. Let them promote your stuff before we go.
Yes. Oh my God. So my business is called The Golden Ghetto, guys. Get into it.
Shop it.
This is the collection called Culture, where we really tap into all things of Black culture. And we are redefining negative connotations and turning them into positive affirmations. Period.
Ugh, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so thankful for you being here. Thank you for showing up for me. And y'all, thank you for watching. And like I say to you all the time, and I ain't never gonna stop saying it until I decide I ain't doing this show no more.
It won't happen. It's not gonna happen.
I don't want you to fret about what I say, but I do want you to think about it. I'll see you next week, y'all. Bye.